VPH-DARE at IT is a project that is about the virtual physiological human research enabled through information technologies, and what we're trying to use is the most novel techniques of computing, imaging, bioinformatics and modeling to actually help the early diagnosis of dementias. We want to have an impact on the European citizen, and how are we going to achieve that? Well, we're going to achieve that by shortening the time from diagnosis to the early symptoms. We hope to have a much better chance to slow down or either cure dementias. If we do that, we have a better prognosis as well for treatment by having earlier diagnosis, and this will have a massive impact both in terms of the quality of life of the patients but also the caregivers, and let alone hopefully a large reduction in the cost for the healthcare systems, which is so strained at the moment. So what is the main output that we expect to achieve in VPH-DARE? We could summarize these as being three main products or three main outputs, and we're working with industry and clinical and technical centers to accomplish those. The first one is what we call the clinical research platform. The second one is what we call the patient care platform. And the third one is what we call the citizen portal. And we're going to discuss each of those briefly now in detail. The clinical research platform has as its main user, the main user that we are targeting, to be a biomedical researcher. This is someone who is out there in a research institution and is trying to discover new knowledge that may help to actually develop systems or methods for diagnosis or treatment in the future. And in that case, the main objective is how we help to develop tools that can amass all the plethora of information that is scattered about the disease, and how we process large volumes of data sets, namely imaging but also genetic information, to establish a correlation between genetic and genotype and phenotype. So that's what we are trying to develop through the clinical research platform. In the patient care platform, however, our main user is going to be a clinician who is in a consultation dealing with an elderly person or a person who is suspected to have dementia. The goal there is very different. We are not trying to generate knowledge. What we're trying to do is make decisions on that in particular individual, that particular patient that clinician has in front of him or her. As a consequence, it's all about how we personalize decision making, how we use the specific data from that individual to render the most accurate and predictive decision as to what the status of that patient is. For the citizen portal, finally, the goal is actually to develop a very simple tool, probably in the form of a game or some sort of engaging instrument that might be used in a mobile or in a tablet platform, where the goal is to identify very early on individuals who are showing a particular behavior or particular pattern that is likely to be associated with dementia. The goal of this platform is to be used widely, and be available to the wide population, and is to make a very low threshold of referrals to GPs or other specialists whenever there is symptoms and signs that are likely to be associated with dementia pattern. And the goal is to be able to pick up very early symptoms and be able to handle them as soon as we can know them. So are you interested in our project? Do you want to know more? Do you want to help us in battling these diseases of dementia, which is so ubiquitous and so cumbersome? Please, by all means, approach us. You can have a look at our contact in our webpage, which is www.vph-dare.eu, or visiting our citizen portal, which is citizen.vph-dare.eu, and get in touch with us. We will be very keen to hear your views and work together with you on this project.
Kinematics is a Portuguese startup that has been fine-tuning its technology to extract knowledge from human movement. At this moment, we are the best company sensing the fit, producing meaningful information from the data gathered to allow users to improve their biomechanics and move smarter. Feet are special because they are the only body parts that in nature are designed to be in contact with the ground. Moving is as natural as breathing. Most of the people don't give attention and relevance to these vital functions, but Kinematics does. So our mission is to produce meaningful information from the data gathered by our electronic devices, contributing to improve human movement in the smartest way. At Kinematics, moving better makes sense. As I speak, Kinematics team is working on this groundbreaking wearable that we will launch in crowdfunding soon and deliver it at the end of this year. It's a wearable that you really want to wear if you want to run smarter.